Welcome back to SnowRunner. We are on Big Salmon Peak, but that doesn't really matter so much as we're just more or less doing a mod review. This is actually part of the campaign on Big Salmon Peak that I'm doing, so I may upload it to both sites, but I'm just going to real quickly run through the customization that I did on this truck. Yeah, this is This is the most expensive motor. The OPIX 15 Cummins has the most power. I chose the special off-road gearbox instead of the Iggy's. You guys set it up however you want. I'm just showing you what I did. Get down here to the right tires. You can see there's a huge assortment of wheels. Extreme offline. Gaugeable diff lock. Chrome. So you got the wedge cap. You got the chrome. You got matte or painted. Purple ones actually look kind of cool. But I had the chrome on there. So we'll leave the chrome for now. Two-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. And then various add-ons. And I will get more into that later with additional. There's basically 4 different variants of this truck. And so far I have set up 3 of them. Rear bumper is just stock mud flaps or not. I noticed that some of the add-ons would not work without the stock mud flaps on it. If we go back to add-ons, this add-on requires another add-on to be installed. Things like that. Now this, I don't think this depends on stock mud flaps, but there were other things that did. See now here, it looks like the mud flaps kicked off the rotator. So we'll switch back. Sometimes you need the mud flaps, sometimes you don't. It's just a guessing game. Rooftop. You got, I've got the marker lamps on it. I thought I had For some reason my chrome horns I had painted horns on it. It was a different truck that I put the chrome horns on. You can do roof fog lights, but it kicks off the horns. Or it doesn't actually kick off the horns. It just looks weird because it's right there in the same place. You can do visor, chrome, matte, or painted. I did painted on the both of those. Front bumper. You got that guy, or that guy, or that guy, or that guy. The painted. Or this one that adds 2,500 added mass. Which I suppose it'd come in handy if you're towing from the rear. Keep the front end on the ground. Thinking about actually putting that one on, but first we'll try this out and see what happens. If it turns out that the extra mass on the front comes in handy, we'll do that. I chose painted mirror housing and chrome fuel tanks. On this one. On other one, that was installed until I put the mud flaps on and screwed shit up. And then there's other stickers that I just didn't choose to have on my truck. There's muzzle exhaust chrome, muzzle exhaust full matte, and then muzzle exhaust matte, which has a chrome heat guard, but the muzzle exhaust is matte. Or there's painted chrome. That's the big exhaust, like the chrome, but in matte. And then you got painted again. Ooh, that's really pretty. I'm tempted to go with that, but I've actually got those on a different truck. I got the chrome on here, but having looked at the painted ones, I think I'm gonna go with those. Rims, you got one set of rims that comes with these wheels. Quite the assortment of colors. This is the default color. I don't know why it's changing things from what I had before. But that was what I had it. The other option was that. I think it looks nice in the solid. And I think it looks nice with the white down the side too. There was another one Where? Okay, the one that's checked. White with the black. It was changing things just because it always grabs the default when you go into a column. No, that took 10 minutes, which was twice as long as I wanted it to, but we've got a truck we're going to go pick up, and I debated a long time about whether to use the Rotator or the rollback, because the rollback would do it just as easy. It's good enough. Let's move on. When I do these, I hate to call it even a mod review, but when I do these little mod tests, I like to do it in a campaign setting and do some sort of actual job with it and see how it gets along, see how it works out in a real campaign. Unfortunately, we got a little bit of a drive, but it shouldn't take long. I'm thirsty. Looks like, whoops. That was me. I was looking at the bottle that I was trying to take the cap off of. Let's do something about the lighting. I don't have tall snorkels on it because I didn't like the way they looked versus the normal air filter canisters. Which might have been a mistake, given all the swamp that we're going to have to drive across, but the shit is what it is. Ooh, is it gonna fit through there? Maybe not. That could foil our plans. This side is easier than the other side. But being able to do a little better scrambling around, considering, you know, you can't never tell where your vehicle's going to break down. It can break down in a difficult spot to get to. Have I got, can I raise the suspension? Yes, I can. I'd like to go up at a more of an angle, but it just... It just doesn't want to, it just doesn't want to do what I want it to do. See, now it's hitting on the back end when I try to come down. It's so long. Come on, turn right. No, that's not gonna work. Unless I can get the ass end to keep scrambling over toward this side. And now it's, you know, it's stuck on the ass again. Let's try going this way. Preferably without tipping over, but come on, come on. Drop down. Release. Now we'll see if we can we can reverse the rest of the way up to it. There's a little rock behind the tire. Doesn't do well with rock. do some maneuvering for this corner. There it is. And there's the boulder. Hey, that is the best it's been. So I just need to give it some room. And then try to use something that I've never used before. Let's see, change suspension mode. I don't need to activate anchors. I tried this out in the parking lot, and oh, by the way, you can do this. I think that's pretty cool. Maybe you have to go into crane mode first. Nope. There's nothing for lowering that thing. It said did it? No, it looks like it's... Oh, fuck me. I think when I put the mud flaps on there and it took the rotator unit off, I think it also took off the axle lift that I'm trying to use right now. Well, guess we can carry it back like this. It just sucks dick because I wanted to use the axle lift. This isn't how you recover a vehicle. But I guess it's how we'll recover this one. So I'm not recovering it to the garage just to bring it back up here. Close that, get this thing back down the hill. That wasn't such a sharp drop off. Be tempted to go right down over the side. I got it in close so it can't bounce around too awful much. I know I could just forget the rotator and put a tow line on it. But that's not why I brought the rotator up here, you know. I could have ran the M134 up here in a fourth of the time it took the to get the rotator up here and threw a tow line on it, you know. That's not the point of what we're doing. This is where I came up because it was too fat to fit through the opening in the rocks. Maybe once we get it on flat ground, I'll just stick a tow line on it. But we got to get through these trees that screw you up first, and it's going to tip me over. Alright, now that we got it down here, the crane works real nice. Quick movements. Real smooth. We haven't put out the anchors. I haven't showed you the anchors. Anchors are pretty cool. Alright, let's put them back in. And now that we're down here, I guess we just tow line on it and go. Which you could do with anything. I could do with it. Do that with the M134. Alright, deliver to Robert's house. Good, which is only about halfway back. And make repairs. Truck drives nice in this swampy stuff. It doesn't like the boulders and rocks. My track is kind of more over this way. I'll come out of this pretty quick. There we go. So he goes through this shit real nice. There's one of my other trucks. That thing's a big beast. Makes the rotator look small. Let's find out where we are to Robert's house. Alright, we gotta turn right. Can't exactly turn right there. No. We needed to keep going straight up that waterway. The direction that the Western Star is pointed. So we'll do some more water testing. I did test the big Western Star sitting there in an episode. I did it as part of the episode. But I haven't uploaded that episode yet. And given that it ran about an hour and a half, I was thinking about cutting off the last 30 minutes or so that I tested out that vehicle. As a separate video. Now we have to repair it. I don't believe we need to be connected to it anymore. Repair and refuel. Loadstar and Rotator. Hit all. No damage. Close. Functions. Refuel. I have to get the international off of the source, and then I can do this. There we go. There we are. There we are. Delivered to the fisherman's house, the fisherman's car. Now, the car, maybe we'll use the rollback on. Makes me angry that the game took the axle lift off the back of the truck. When it deleted the rotator, it deleted that. That's what I wanted to display. Let's recover to the garage real quick.